Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ulfa Fauziah from class 3C of English Education Study Program at University of Bengkulu. Today, I will explain about the material word formation inflectional. In this unit, I will explain about 6 topics: is word and grammar, regular and irregular inflection, form of nouns, form of pronouns and determiner, forms of verbs, and the last form of adjective. Before getting into the topic, we must know what word inflection is. Word formation is an activity that aims to form a word by adding a prefix or suffix to a word to form a word with a new meaning. There are several ways to do a word formation, one of which is inflection. First, word and grammar. Lexemes, word and grammatical words are the smallest element that can be pronounced in isolation in both pragmatic and semantic content. Morpheme is smallest linguistic unit and has a meaning or function in grammar. Examples were explain, explained, and explanation. I will explain to you about this lesson. Max explained to Julie why he could not go to her farewell party. Jimin gave an explanation to his mother why he was late coming home. Explain is like some from explained and explanation. However, the process of forming explain and explained is different from the process of forming explanation. Next is regular and irregular inflection. Regular inflection is the way to change the form of word like the plural form and so on. Usually, these changes are consistent and we can predict. The opposite of regular is irregular inflection, which is a process of changing words that have no rules, so that we cannot guess, so they need to be studied specifically. Here, I give some examples of verbs and nouns in irregular and regular forms. There are many other examples that we can find on internet or on other books. And here, irregular adjective. Next, form of nouns. This form focuses more on the singular and plural noun of This form focuses more on the singular and plural form of nouns. Nouns are less varied than verbs, having only 2 forms, singular and plural. The form of a noun that has contrasting number is usually added with the suffix s or es. In morphology, singular nouns have only 1 morpheme, which is different from plural nouns that have 2 or more morphemes. Example, cat become cats, hat become hats. If the last letter of word is a, x, ch, sh, add the suffix es for the plural noun. Meanwhile, the suffix ies is a word that must be ended with a consonant and y. Example, crutch, crutches, class, classes, and city, cities. Next, form of pronouns and determiners. This form focuses on the position of the subject and its object. Pronouns are used for people or things and change shape according to the person or thing being referred to their position in a sentence, be subject or object. Example, for singular form, per person have subject I and object me. And For plural first person, have subject we and object us. And for determiners, the functional category that is most closely related to noun is the determinant, which is always precedes the determination of nominal elements, such as article the, and an. Next, form of verbs. The focus on this form lies on the tense use. English verbs have 5 basic forms: the best, plus s, plus ing, past, and past participle form. Example, the word swim. Best form: Jungkook likes to swim. Present tense: Jungkook swims every day. Present participle: Jungkook is swimming today. Past tense: Jungkook swam yesterday afternoon. Past participle: Jungkook already swam this afternoon. And for word write, best form: Jimin wants to write a letter. Present tense: Jimin writes a letter every week. Past tense: Jimin wrote a letter last week. Present participle: Jimin is writing a letter today. And past perfect: Jimin has written a letter today. The last material is form of adjectives. This form is focused on comparison. Adjectives have 3 forms, that positive, comparative, and superlative. First is positive, the usual kind of comparison to compare something equivalent. Example, the handsome man is as tall as you are. Second, comparative. Example, tall and taller. Namjoon is taller than me. Comparatives are used to show the difference between 2 objects. And the last is superlative. Superlatives are used to show the difference between more than 2 objects. Example, smart, smartest. She is the smartest girl in our class. Okay everyone, that is my explanation for the word formation inflectional. I hope you can understand it, and I apologize for shortcoming. Thank you and bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.